Hi, I'm Lone Candle, and today I'm giving you my debate analysis. One of the biggest losers of this debate was free trade, or at least free trade deals. We had one candidate bashing them like they are the most destructive force on earth, and advocating tariffs. A huge theme of Trump's whole campaign is that we're losing jobs and businesses overseas, and he's going to put taxes on imports or renegotiate these trade deals. He attacked NAFTA, he attacked China, he attacked the currently proposed TPP trade deal. Then Hilldog failed to defend them. I think deep down, Hilldog supports freer trade and these deals, but she knows masses of people hate them, so she won't touch them. Trump said NAFTA was the single worst trade deal in the history of this country. Hilldog just let it go, letting poor NAFTA take a beating with no defense. And that's sad, because while NAFTA facilitated the moving overseas of some industries, it was a net good for both economies. NAFTA was a good thing, and that reality was lost in the debate. The TPP was another poor victim. The deal lowers some trade barriers and sets standards for many countries in the Pacific. It should increase trade and improve economies as well as set a U.S. standard in the Pacific, which is important because if we don't convince these countries to move our way, then they may move toward a country who'll set less favorable standards. China. Trump attacked the TPP, and Hilldog also said she's against it. And I bet as president she would be, but deep down, I suspect she's doing it for political reasons. This is the deal Hilldog famously said was the gold standard. And then when she got into a competitive primary with a popular anti-trade candidate, Bernie Sanders, she changed her mind. Of course, Trump said this.
You called it the gold standard. You called it the gold standard of trade deals. You said it's the finest deal you've ever seen.
No.
And then you heard what I said about it, and all of a sudden you were against it.
Nonsense. He's got an issue that he has the stronger rhetorical argument on because she's so clearly flip-flopped on it. And then he says something ridiculous like that. She didn't pretend to change her mind because of him. The reason I lament the bruising that the debate gave to trade deals is because trade deals are good. Lowering barriers and setting standards improves both countries. It allows Mexico to do what it's best at and us to do what we're best at. This way, the company that most cost effectively produces the best product or service, wherever they're located, will get the best customer. And that produces more good for more people, at least on average. What really needs to be debated is how to help those in vulnerable industries who are hurt by trade deals. And by the way, a trade war is not the way to do it. I also would like to see us negotiate more toughly with some of our trade partners, but Trump's firebrand approach is way too risky. His ultimate plan is to use the threat of taxes to force countries like Mexico to give us better deals. But Donald, the world isn't that easy. You think Mexico would just bend over for you? Mexicans are a proud people and do not like to be pushed around by bully America. And if Trump is president, they will absolutely view the U.S. as a bully. Additionally, if Trump is president, they will see the U.S. led by someone they perceive as an anti-Mexican racist. The Mexican people will demand that their leaders stand strong against Trump. If a Mexican government made a deal with Trump, they'd lose the next election. And let me tell you, politicians may care about staying in power more than anything else. Mexico is not likely to agree to a better deal because Trump demands it, and neither is any other country. Then, if Trump isn't full of crap, he'll put a tariff on Mexico. And for the same reasons that Mexico would not bow down to the U.S. in the first place, Mexico's leaders will have tremendous pressure to fight back. Which means taxes on our goods, which means a trade war. Trade wars can be some of the worst things for economies. That means job losses and pain for both countries. Blustering threats on tariffs is one of the biggest planks of Trump's campaign, and it is based on fantasy of how the world actually works. Trump also said this.
Let me give you the example of Mexico. They have a VAT tax. We're in a different system. When we sell into Mexico, there's a tax. When they sell in automatic, 16% approximately. When they sell into us, there's no tax. It's a defective agreement. It's been defective for a long time, many years, but the politicians haven't done anything about it.
A VAT, a value-added tax, is like a sales tax. In each step of a product's production, you pay a tax on the value added to the product. It is applied to both domestic and foreign goods. This means it has no effect on trade. A tax on just foreign goods gives domestic goods an advantage because those foreign goods are more expensive compared to the domestic goods simply because of the tax. But if a tax is applied to foreign and domestic goods, then it doesn't give domestic goods a competitive advantage. Trump acts like it does. He mentions a VAT tax, sounding all businesslike, but he instead reveals another thing he doesn't understand. Shit, it's one thing to not understand something, but it's another to bring it up yourself in a debate to try to make a point, and instead reveal your ignorance. Well, I'm Lone Candle. Like me, comment me, love me. And then when she got into a competitive primary with a popular anti-trade candidate, Barry Sanders,